I was the youngest person ever sentenced to death in history. I was 14 years old and innocent. My story inspired the movie The Green Mile. My name is George Steny and this is my story. I was born on October 21, 1929, in South Carolina, United States. I grew up in a poor, black family in a country where racial segregation was deeply rooted. In 1944, 2 young white girls were found dead near my home. Betty June Binnicker, age 11, and Mary Emma Thames, age 7, were discovered in a ditch filled with water with severe head injuries. I was arrested and accused of their murder, without any motive or evidence against me. I was interrogated for several hours by the police, without the presence of a lawyer or the parents. They deprived me of food and sleep to force me to confess to the murder. Exhausted, I cracked and repeated what they wanted me to say. A month later, my trial began. It lasted only a few hours. The judge appointed me an incompetent lawyer. The jury was exclusively composed of whites. My family was prevented from attending the trial because of their race. The verdict came quickly and I was sentenced to death by electrocution. My sentence was executed only 83 days after my arrest, on June 16, 1944. They tied me to an electric chair. I was too small, so they made me sit on a Bible. They executed me at the age of 14. Making me the youngest person ever to be executed in the United States during the 20th century. It took until 2014, 70 years after my death, for my conviction to be overturned and for my family to obtain justice. It was finally recognized that my constitutional rights had been violated and that the death penalty had been wrongly pronounced. My story is a sad example of how racial discrimination and prejudice can affect the justice system and destroy innocent lives. I hope that my story will help ensure that this never happens again.